Hi guys, Heavy Repair here. This is the first game of the grand finals between Sigh and Nono. So both players went undefeated during the whole tournament so far, and yeah, so they look pretty strong, and one of them has to lose today. So let's see who gets it. In this first game, we can see Sigh with a little bit of poor map, I'd say. I mean, in terms of just fruit trees, Nono has so much more fruit trees, so he should have a little bit stronger food economy in early game. And we've seen in the semi-finals against Strategian that the food eco in early game can be super impactful for the mid game, and you might just take over a game just because of the food lead that you can have in early game. So we see Sigh building a resource camp right away in the Mufflins and going a little bit away from the fruit trees because, I mean, he doesn't have that much, so he has to take hunts right now. And Nono has so much fruit trees that he doesn't at all have to hunt, so I think Nono would have a better food eco in his game, and you can already see a little bit of a lead just now. So it's not impactful for now, but I mean, I think in the long run, yeah, with that many hunters, Nono should have could take the lead right away. And we can see 3 clay diggers for Nono and only 2 for Sigh. I'm a little bit puzzled about it because usually you go 6 or 7 on food right away, but it looked like they chose to send more to clay first and then send to food. And yeah, in terms of map, we have an orchard for both players, and we saw yesterday how orchard can be impactful in this kind of games. Like remember the first game of Nono versus Andrej when he had 4 orchard and he just took over. It was not even close, and I think it was the last game, Sigh versus Judgvan. Judgvan had also 3 orchard, I think, and it was so hard for Sigh to climb back into the game. So yeah, we can see orchard are pretty effective in this game, and we have also 1 neutral orchard here. So if Nono goes as he did against Andrej with the forward orchard, he could go 1 archery round and slinger to apply pressure in this area. No, it's a barracks, okay. Yesterday he placed an archery round and some slingers to apply pressure about here. Placed some watchtowers here, and with powder wheels he could control this orchard and was pretty safe because it was behind the slinger line. And we see actually both players going for barracks, but Sigh has a little bit of a foot lead actually, so make him in lie again. Yeah, but he's taking the balls now. Is he losing? No, he's not losing one. So taking the balls now, and Nono still taking the fruit trees, and then can transition to the antelopes on the fruit trees here. And Nono still has 8, and it looks like Sigh is... okay. I think it just when he right clicks to drop the food counters shift a bit. And now we have Sigh with 1 more military, so he produced a little bit faster. And both players have about the same food amount, right? So pretty close game so far. This first engagement will probably give us the tone of the game. So both players went for woodworking, and I think they will both go for Potter's Wheel after to take control of the orchard. And this first engagement looks pretty nice for Nono. I think he drew 2 hits instantly on this light axeman, but it's pretty even. Yeah, it's 1 more hit for Sigh, I think. So this one is a little bit lower health. And now, okay, so it looks Nono didn't pull villager. I thought he pulled villager. And Sigh is going straight for Nono's base, and both players are almost starving now. Okay, so Nono is a little bit ahead in text, so he could take the Potter's Wheel and the orchard a little bit sooner than Sigh. I think he's still debating if he goes for Potter's or Edit Light, and he goes for Plow. Okay, so yeah, actually Plow is a little bit more efficient than Potter's Wheel because of the orchard giving only 10% when Plow gives you 15%. So if you are to go Potter's Wheel into one orchard, it's less efficient than Plow that gives you right away 15%. And Sigh decided on Edit Light Axeman, but he took a pretty bad fight, I think, because he lost one and did not do any damage. So he chose aggressive tech, but lose some military, so it looks pretty bad, I think, for Sigh. And yeah, it's 1 military lead for Nono already. And now he's idling 5 villagers to save the light axeman. And the food gatherer as well. Oh yeah, it just those 5, they are gathering food, so he pulled them, so it idled food deco, and now Nono is ahead in food. He can keep producing the military, and I don't think Sigh can. Yeah, he's missing the food, and unless he's losing military, I don't think he can produce anymore. So it's now 4 military lead for Nono, and this is a huge fight, and it doesn't have elite, remember. So now it's idling 7 villagers, so yeah, he has to fall back. Maybe we'll lose 1, but it's a huge lead now for Nono. And I don't think the elite light axeman will do the difference here. This was a bad fight because all the villagers were fighting as well, so. And goes back. Really nice background from both, pulling in and out to try bait on his opponent, force idle time. This low HP one will do damage. Yeah, okay. So they actually killed some. Will save it? Oh, he will save it. Yeah, he saves it because of the movement speed. And now it's now Sigh equalized even up the military count, right? Oh no! Oh, good fight for Sigh. Yeah, I think. No, yeah. Oh, it's better for Nono. Nono has 1 more. Yeah, because it's so close to the barracks, so Nono has a reinforcement type and has 1 villager that can throw rocks at the light axeman as well. And now Nono has almost 1 full villager lead, I think. Still 1 military lead, and the food also never went down for Nono because of the plow, and the plow making so much difference here. See, 1 full tech point of it for Nono because just the plow difference. And Sigh is in so much trouble because I don't think he can ever stop producing light axemen, because if he does, he will just get overrun by Nonos. And Nono, as Nono has more, he can produce less, and so the food count goes up. Okay, lost 1. Killed 1. Still even trades, right? It's 1 for 1s, 2 for 2s. Oh no, that's a better try for Nono again. Say he's really taking over the game right now. Winning all engagements. So now it's a 2 for 2. And oh, that is bad. It's really bad for Nono. And Sigh has to pull villagers to try and get the lead. And he will. I think he will. He kills everyone. Military numbers still pretty even. But yeah, I think the only difference in this fight is that Nono has reinforcement right away. So he's winning every fight because he has faster reinforcement. On Sigh is wasting villagers. He lost one and he won't lose this one, but he just threw a villager. So now it's 2 villager lead for Nuno. And the clay is looking pretty great. So now it's pot as well. So I think we should have an orchard. Outpost here, right here. This is trading. We'll probably have an outpost right here. I think there will be an outpost here as well because he has a villager too. And we have a palace on Assyrians. So yeah, but I really like this play. And Sigh he's not that far behind but he's still half a point behind. So, and he can't build his palace. So Nono will be so much ahead in military production. And the food count is still looking pretty decent, I think. And Nono isn't floating 800 food, but still, yeah, he has more every time. So now we have 4 military lead and 2 leisure leads. Yeah, the difference, I think, the difference was just Nono went for Pro when Sigh went for elite light axeman. So now Sigh will take Pro eventually. Yeah, Pro, and for what I seen yesterday, I think he will go for Egyptians because he really likes the farming eco. So Egyptian with papyrus scrolls, all the farming he has will just start to pay dividends. But Nono is taking this orchard, probably taking this orchard pretty soon. Yeah, it's looking good for Nono for now. So now we have a 6 military lead with the heavy axemen starting to come. And with that many military, he could do so much damage, I think. Now he will see the barracks. Maybe he tried to deny it. He should try to. He should try to deny it, right? And we have the elite now. So now this is a huge army lead for Nono. And Sigh is forced to take the engagement, or he loses his barracks. This is a wipe, I think, for Sigh. He loses everything. I mean, the villagers are doing work, right? But he lost so much. And he idle, what, almost 10 villagers? Oh, he tried to wall. He tried to wall, but you can't wall diagonally in this game. Doesn't work. And he will lose the barracks. So denied, it's more idle than for Nono. He didn't kill it because Sigh deleted it. So he didn't lose the resources. But it was halfway done. And now we have heavy axes also. Sigh has climbed back on the food count because he stopped producing, but it's so much more military. And on all this idle time, look at it. Sigh is forced to idle all his economy, or he loses. It's now 10 military lead for Nono. And the food and the resources overall are looking pretty great. I mean, he doesn't have that much food, but look at it. He didn't gather any resources that he doesn't use. When Sigh is floating so much, and that's what that costs him a lot, because had he had 400 food instead, he could have the military numbers that Nono has. So now Nono has 1 outpost here. I believe, yeah, he's building 1 outpost here. Eventually, he concealed it. He could try to take this one as well. Oh. So now he's stealing Sigh's outpost, and Sigh can't take it, the orchard, because he has to take militia. So much idle time still. But it's still only 1 villager lead because Nono cannot get his food count really high, and he can't kill villagers because of the militia now. But Nono has a huge military lead, and now he can't kill villagers. But what he can do, he can kill barracks. I think he can kill the barrack, and if he kills it, it would be so hard for Sigh to come back, right? Yeah, snipe the barracks. Look at how fast it dies to light axe. Kill the barracks, kill the dwellings, and force Sigh to defend it. So Sigh has to take bad fights, or he loses the game. I think in chess that's what we call a Schutzwang, right? Like it's not bad because your opponent can move, but the only move he can take are bad for him. What's the next step for Nono? So he has trade colonies, yeah, because he now has 1, 2, 3 outposts with 3 orchards. So the food now is super good because it's plus 18% plus 30% for the orchards. And I think he will just take the settlement on Jean Paul because I mean it's almost free and it is so much for resources. And look at it. Sigh is floating 400 clay. And now this is looking really bad for Sigh now. I mean, this fight is bad. He needs to full that. I mean, he kills all the military, but he loses a lot, I think, and they won't do that much damage. I don't like this fight. But, I mean, Sigh is starving. He can't rip up, so he lost military, but he can't rip up. Yeah, no, took side orchard. I think it was his second outpost because Nono has the lead here all the time. He forced Sigh to go militia, so Sigh can't take pot as well, so he can't even take his orchard. So he kills the canary. I mean, this grenade is pretty useless, but I mean, you might as well take it. Takes technology, so yes, Sigh has nothing to come back, right? Like, he has nothing. He took Papyrus Scrolls. So now he has good farming, but I think it's too late. Nono can probably take organized warfare, give +1 melee damage to all his army. And it would be amazing, right? I mean, yeah, Elite Light, Heavy Axeman is probably better because it gives +2, but then you can go for... Oh, look at the food, man! Look at the food! Yeah, it's 3 orchards. Now it's 5 outposts. It's crazy. It's trade colonies, man. This technology is so good. I mean, what's hard about it is you have to have map control. But once you start having map control, this technology is unbeatable, right? And look at Sigh. Sigh is still idling all his eco. So now it's 3 villager leads, still 10 military leads, and yeah, Nono can start spamming archers as well because it will help him a lot killing villagers. But he's kind of struggling now to kill villagers. I mean, he's spamming the heavy axes, so he wins the fight, but they still die pretty fast to militia. But with just a few archers, he can do a lot. Like this one, almost dead. No, I don't think he will. No, he can't kill the farms. I mean, it's 2 damage per arrow, so he can't really do it. But he can kill villagers. And I don't know what Sigh is trying to do. I mean, yeah, he'll take the temple as well. Look at it. Nono has everything on the map. The map is his. Sigh just has nothing. This is Sigh's map, and Nono has everything else. Wow, that's a crazy positional game from Nono. And Sigh is still starving. Nono might lose some archers, but it doesn't even lose one. Look at it. Oh, Sigh just can't gather resources. He has to fight with all his villagers. And now he'll start losing them, right? It's 20 villager leads, 20 military leads, and almost 10 villager leads. So yeah, it's GG for Nono. I mean, there's nothing Sigh can do, right? It's 1.4k more resources, plus 15 warriors. Yeah, really well played from Nono. The plow game in the plow choice in the early game made such a difference. So Nono takes first one, and I loved how it took all the map. Okay, so now we are ready for game 2. And yeah, no, it's so scary, right, man. The how he fights, the fight he took with the light axeman against the elite light axe, when he managed to pick one or two and then took the lead, and the fact that he took Plo against the elite light axe, I think that just it. That just made so much difference because he could recruit more and Sigh was stopping all the game. And I think Nono is hacking the game, right? Because Sigh's food is terrible again. Yeah, he doesn't have many bushes. I mean, he has some here on antelopes, but the boars are super far. He has a good granary here, I think, for the two boars. But Nono's map is still it's good again, no? It's a lot of fruit trees right here. And then a good granary here to get the boars, the mufflins, and on all the trees. So I think Nono's map is a little bit better again. But this time we don't have 3 orchards on map. Yeah, I don't know what you kind of. Maybe Sigh had to go Plo as well because with the elite light axe he just couldn't do it. I think he had to go Plo. Or maybe Brothers will try to take the orchards before Nono does, but so now we only have one orchard on. I don't think we'll see the same game because they are a little bit further than they were in game 1, and we don't have 2 orchards here. And, so in the first game they just had to fight. It was just so hard they couldn't let one each other have the control of the center of the map. But this might be a little bit chiller, right? So yeah, so both players are gathering food, and look how even they are. Look at it. They just have the same timing on threshold, right? really like to see that. It's kind of stuff. So still getting fruit trees, and Sigh is getting the antelopes, and we'll probably go for the granary here thereafter, and oh no, taking the antelopes here. Okay. And yeah, okay, so he already has the 2 villagers here hunting, so he won't have. What really hurts if it's when you have all your villagers doing the same thing. Like, imagine if you had 8 villagers gathering food from here. Then the antelopes are depleted. You have to reassign them. So let's say it takes a few seconds, like maybe 10 seconds, and then you have to walk here and build granary or resistance camp, and then start hunting again. So it's total 30 seconds of idle time for those 8 villagers, and they were your only food gatherer. So it's 30 seconds where you get 0 food. So that really hurts. I think what No is doing, like spreading a little bit, is like, you see, the fruit trees are now gone. So now he will start hunting the boars, but he's still hunting the antelopes, so he doesn't stop the food income. I think in terms of economics and stock market, I think it's what you call don't put all your eggs in the same basket, right? And you see, Sigh has only, yeah, he has two fruit trees, so he should be fine as well. But I don't he has those two. It's all those villagers idle for so long. So he went for a resource camp on these bows. I think it was better to go for. Oh no, okay, it's a resource camp for the trees, no, for the bows. But I think it was better to go for Granny here and get the two flocks. But I mean, it doesn't do that much of a difference. And now the boss player went for barracks, and we're seeing the same start as before, right? Now he has all his hunters on the bows, but looks like Nono produced only one. Yeah, Nono produced only one, and Sai produced three. So now, yeah, Sai went a little bit down into it, and it's four. And Sai is now under 150, and maybe Nono is trying to play a little bit more defensive on this game, and trying to snowball on just on the food surplus, right? But I think Sai knows about this. Yeah, he knows about this, probably, and he might try to fight it. But look at it. These scouts just saw the 5 light axemen. Oh no, that's a disaster for Nono. That's a disaster for Nono. Because he sees it and he doesn't have enough light axemen to defend. Yeah, he has to produce more. So now it's 3, a 4th is coming. That's a lot. Look at it. Yeah, I think Sai realized that he has more, and he wants to push further. He's sending all villagers. That's quite annoying, but if he can get this position, it's huge for Sai, because this is all Nono's economy. Nono doesn't have much more, right? Yeah, he has the farmers here, but that's so much food here. So if Nono loses this position, it's so hard. Look at it. Look at Sai. On the micro is amazing because he's circled around, and this is a pinch maneuver. Villagers from one side, but I like Texan from the other side, but it looks like only Sai lost one. Sai lost 2 now, and it didn't lose anything. No. And Nono is putting more. The reaction time from Nono was crazy, right? Because it was 4 for 1 on the trade. Now 5 for 1. Look at it. It's only blue corpses, right? So Nono only lost 1 light axeman, and Sai lost 5. How is that possible? What? What is this crazy? Because I mean, Sai is recruited more, right? I'm sure Sai recruited more, and there's only blue corpses, so 5 to 1. And now Nono is Egyptian, so yeah, in terms of tech, we have. It's 2-point lead for Nono! And we have the temple already. And Nono is so early again. Look at it. Sai is so far from getting the civilization. It's 1 full point. And it doesn't have the food count, so it's so slow to get. Wow. I mean, I don't understand how Nono does it. I mean, every time he's putting a crazy build order, right? It looked so dire for Nono. I mean, I was sure it was dead right there. And Sai is all those villagers, they are not supported with light axemen now, so he has to fight with them. So it's just idle so much villager, but I don't think he can idle that much villager because he's so behind now. And the palace is here. look at it. Nono already has 2 points, so he just needs 2 more points to get the Papyrus Scrolls. And he already has the priest, right? And Sigh is now elite light axeman, so he'll try to do something. So yeah, I mean, this is far from over, right? I mean, Nono didn't win the position right now because these are still there's lots of villagers, and Nono's echo is still idled as well, and he loses some light axemen, and Sai is been really good with the military. He has Egyptian now. He will place a palace pretty soon as well. So I mean, it's not over, but this is looking so bad for Sai. But now he has the heavy axes. Yeah, he will defend the palace. I really like for what Sai is doing, because if he can somehow kill the palace, he wins the game. Like we saw it yesterday against Judgment. Kill the palace, and game was over afterward. And he's sending more. Look at it. Sai is doing so. This is so good what Sai is doing. Like he's sending more towards the palace and baiting everything from Nono on this side, and sending more here. This is looking so good for Sai, right? I mean, they are outposts, so they're still idle. But Nono cannot get the food, right? And now he went for elite lightman. Yeah, he has to go for elite lightman as well, because he can't chase. And on this palace is halfway dead. Like Nono has to do something about it. Nono has to do something. He has to do something. He tries to defend with the villagers, but it's not enough. I don't think it's enough. Like this, they are just tearing apart the palace. It's 300. Yeah, he has to repair it. Yeah, he has to repair it. Idle more villagers. But I didn't see that. But Sai lost a lot here. 5 villagers deaths, 2 villagers for Nono. So now it's 5 villagers lead for Nono, and Sai is starving as well. So and now he's starting to lose the light axeman. This light axeman will die also, and those 4 villagers are still out of pause. So somehow Nono, yeah, he reacted well. He defended everything, and I think he caught Sai like on. You saw me. I was focused on this, and I think Sai was focused on this as well, and he lost the villagers here. I think it just Nono took the good timing to defend here, right at the moment he was fighting here, so Sai couldn't defend both. And in terms of tech, it's one tech. I think if my calculations are correct, it's 3-point lead for Nono. So Nono is really close for the to the Papyrus Scrolls, and I'm pretty sure he will do that next. And if he can hit Papyrus Scrolls, this is, I mean, it's the GG, but almost right. And Nono still have a lot of hunt here. Okay, so Sai found an utility for his villagers, and yeah, he's kept doing some damage, so he picked up 1 light axeman. So now it's 4 villagers for Nono, but the military count is pretty equal, and now Sai is booming. Yes, Sai stopped the production because he killed by any means the pressure he puts right here with the villagers and all. He killed a lot of military units, and Nono had to produce again to fight, and that cost him so much food. But oh yeah, he dropped off the food, so now he's fine. And this is Papyrus Scroll, right? Yep, Papyrus Scroll. I mean, Sai will have the Papyrus Scroll as well. So now, okay, so game is back to a dead even spot. It looks like, because I mean it's just 3 villager lead for Nono, and 2 minutes to read it, but it's pretty okay. And no player is floating resources. This is really high gameplay, high level gameplay, right? Yeah, Sigh's Origin was really risky, but I mean, he idled a lot, but Nono had to idle as well. Because he had to fight back with the villagers, or he would lose everything. So it was, even in terms of idle time. Oh, this is good fight for Nono. When the villagers start to fight, you really have to pull back. But no, but Zai didn't take the Papyrus Scrolls. He's too busy. There's just too much to do. He doesn't have the time to take Papyrus Scrolls. And no, will. Oh yeah, he's still. This is everyone. Sai is still trying to push the palace, and now he placed an archer around here, and he's doing archers. So Nono has to deal with it. Yeah, he can't put more pressure here. He need to I don't know, maybe archers, maybe javelins, maybe light axemen to defend against the archers. Oh, but huge pickup for Nono. He killed the forward, and he might take control of the orchards. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, he will go for metal. I think it will be a metal play, right? Oh no, it's a granary. Okay, so he will control this food, and eventually, eventually metal. But he needs to do something about his archery range. So now he has to fight, and if he can somehow defend against this, yeah, you see, light X-Men forcing the archer to fight in melee range, and Sai will lose everything. I don't think Sai can save, but I mean, I'm not considering as a Sai insane micro. He's really good at microing his units. So he loses some, but look at the spread. Like this one is focused, and he won. He won the knife fight. And see, Sai Macro is amazing, so it doesn't look so bad for him. But look at it, those two are fighting, and this one is running, he's not dying. And now he dies. But it's pretty good trades overall, and Nono is struggling to rip up, right? So he has barracks, he has 2 barracks, and he needs probably a 3rd barrack. And Sai found it, and Nono is too busy. He's too busy. Okay, so Sai is now fighting. And now Sai is too busy macroing. Man, this game is crazy. It's just fight everywhere. Look at these two HP light axe, man. 2 HP heavy spears, heavy axe. And now Nono needs to finish clearing this and kill the archery range. This is such a pain, but if he can clear it, he wins back the whole map, right? Yeah, another barracks. He needs more because he can't spend the food. On site, he didn't take Pablo's goal because he wanted elite archers. Oh, that's so questionable. That's so questionable because look at the food difference. I mean, Nono can spam units like crazy. Maybe his KD is not that good because he lost a lot of units. But I mean, this is so questionable. Not going for Papyrus Scrolls. But now Sigh found a way to be annoying again. And I don't think you want to take this fight, right? You lose it every day, yeah. So Nono has to give up the position. But he's still pressing more elite light axe, elite archers. And now Nono's food is looking bad. No, this is so back and forth, right? So building another archer range because he realized this one is dead. The only thing I lack is equipment count. And I see Nono has 2 on medal, so I think he will be the first to go for equipment. Now you don't need to destroy, yes, don't waste your time with this. So now we have archers on watchtower plays. So Nono need to find a way to deal with it, and I think the only way you have is going for archers on your own to kill the archers as well. Oh, heavy spears, yeah, heavy spears. Yeah, I'm trolling. Heavy spears, of course. You go for heavy spears, you go for and then you transition to swordsman eventually. Because there's so much more military right now. So look at 18-4. So okay, it doesn't have he lost the forward, but Sigh is not stabilized yet. It's still a huge military lead for Nono. And Sigh trying to place more watchtowers, but watchtowers with villagers throwing rocks at spearmen. Like look at it, it takes so long to destroy. And Nono can fight with everything here. And Sigh has to call it, yeah? That's too much military for Nono. It will just destroy everything. Look at it, explore. Look at it. This dies, so the archer inside dies. This all die. This maybe die, but it's 18 this raid, like heavy spears on Axeman against this on Sigh is and could take militia, but he won't do it. It's just too much for Nono. So yeah, well played again for Nono. It's crazy how he can pull this kind of build order, right? Because this fight here was crazy. Like I really thought Sigh had it. Light Axeman here, villagers here, pinchering the villagers, but no, managed somehow to fight and only won 5-1, and then they just they were just done, right? Oh, crazy. Damn. But that's yeah, as you said, it's really surprising that Psy were were not that much behind in the mid game, because it looked like Nono took a huge lead when he fought the 5 attacksmen, and yeah, Psy somehow. I mean, I guess it's just good decision and good macro overall to force idle time on Nono, keep up the pressure, almost destroy the palace, right? It was he killed 2/3 of the palace, so yeah, he's putting a lot of pressure. So Nono had to take fights that were not that good, and Psy forced a fight on at least 2 fronts. So keeping Nono really busy, but I think again, what makes the difference is when Psy choose to go for military upgrade before eco upgrade, right? Because if Psy doesn't go for elite archers and doesn't try to spam archers right away and goes for Papyrus Scroll instead, I mean, at that point when he had 4 points, game was dead even, right? Like Nono had Masons when Psy did not, but that was the only difference. And Mason doesn't make that much of a difference when both players already have the palace. Mason is it's not that good, right? But yeah, he went for elite archers, but Nono went for Papyrus Scrolls. So he had crazy Egyptian food echo when Psy did not. So I mean, if you go elite archers, just pick Assyrians, right? Why you go Egyptian if you don't want to go Papyrus Scroll instead? Instantly, right? Go for Assyrians, get a better attack speed, and try to snowball out of archers. because I mean it's I don't think you can make that kind of decision. The game was dead even it didn't have to all in at that point. But yeah, it's so hard to realize when you're on a lead and when you're not, because maybe Sigh thought he had the huge advantage because I mean we all felt it on the stream. Um, the the fight was really good for Sai overall. I think it looked like Sai was keeping Nono busy everywhere, but it's just Nono defended too well. He didn't take that much damage. Yeah, I wonder what we'll see in third game. Will we see Barracks versus Barracks again? Because if I mean, we already saw that 2 times, so maybe Sai needs to find a way of changing the strategy. Okay, so let's go for game 3. And maybe Sai can have a better map this time. No, I don't think that made that much of a difference previous game because both players had 2 fights away from their base anyway. So on Sai's base, I think looked pretty decent. Like all those trees on bows, on mufflons. Like I really like this portion of the map on with the orchard already. When Nono is on the opposite side, on this time Nono doesn't have that much of a good map. He has 2 flocks here, yeah, a granary for the fruit trees. And, the map is the zone is pretty arid, right? It doesn't have that much good farming spots, and it doesn't have an orchard. But this is a pretty decent forward base, but it will be hard to defend. And now in neutral we have 1 orchard, 1 settlement, and 1 orchard. So we have 3 orchards on the map again, but this time the orchard is on Sai side. So I think, I mean, when Nono was in this position against Andrej and against Sai earlier, he definitely went for Assyrians on to control the orchard as fast as possible. So it looks like this is how you win game when there are so many orchards on the map. So Sai should really try and do that. And the question is how Nono, what's Nono's plan to defend against this? Looks like, yeah, I think we have a little bit of delay on the gather count due to who I have my focus on, maybe. So now, yeah, food count is looking a little bit better for Sai, so he should have, yeah. Oh, actually, it doesn't have a little lead. He has a huge lead for now. It's half a point for Sai, and they both have 4 on clay. So yeah, I wonder if they go for barracks again, because I think in this map, the light axeman fight. This looks pretty hard to pull out, because if Nono crosses the map with 5, because I think in this map we have Nono has to be aggressive if he wants to defend this orchard from being free, and it should be a hard time. But if he crosses the map with 5 attacks, we saw it in previous map, right? Nono started to place to recruit light axemen a little bit later, but as Sai was in his base, it was just fine because faster recruit time and faster reinforcement time. So if Nono wants to cross the map with light axemen, it will be so hard. So maybe it needs slingers. But I think it's the same. See, if Sigh goes for light action, the slingers won't cut it. So I actually have no idea what they can do. Maybe it's straight up palace play. We have barracks for Sigh. I actually wouldn't be surprised to see palace. Yeah, you see, Slinger on. Maybe he says maybe Nono's plan is okay. I go Slinger and defend against the light X-Men. Stay at my base, defend against the light X-Men. Spend no resources and boom to post palace unit. Maybe that's the plan, and that would be decent. I think. Okay, so both players went for woodworking. No crazy shenanigans with Potter's wheel first. So now we have a little bit of a shift in terms of strategy. But this time, Sigh has a lot of food. And it doesn't recruit light X-Men. So I think he got it like spamming light X-Men right away when you place it. It's not that good because it sets you so far back, and no one knows it. Like he has the archery range, but he doesn't recruit more. Only 2 slingers. Sigh has 4 queued up, and for with two slingers, I think he can defend easily against the light X-Men. Light X-Men destroys slingers in open field. Like if we have slingers here and light X-Men here, light X-Men slingers will just die. But if we have a fight, I think that was close. If we have a fight right here, where the light X-Men has to come, poke the boards, poke the gravity, having 2 slingers here, it's just so good because it will just weaken the light X-Men before they come in, and if they start to fight, villagers will just watch at them. So yeah, I really like this play. Don't recruit too much. Sigh has 5, Nono has 2. Yeah, just pay attention. Take the bow off. It's fine. He has to be a little bit worried about it because if Sigh goes around it and maybe he can look at it. Yeah, he's keeping them busy. But Nono is paying attention. He's not getting baited into. He knows that. I'm pretty sure he knows that Sigh has more. I don't know where his quota is, but look at it. Look at this. You know what it is, right? Look at it. I know charts. This one is not taken yet, but this one is about to be taken. And both players actually went for Poacher's Wheel. But Sigh already took control of this one. No, it's too late. But Nono took the Ancient Temple. Yeah, but, I mean, you might as well. You have the technology for, so you might as well take it. And now it's looking hard for Nono. He has less distance to walk because it's in his base, but this fight is really hard, I think. This fight is really, really hard. So now he has the orchard here. No one is going for this orchard yet. I'm sure they know about it. Oh, Sigh doesn't know about it. I mean, he will eventually, but he doesn't know about it. That's so sad for him because it's just outside of his range, right? He would have for sure taken it. And Sigh is Assyrians now. And Nono went for Babylonians. So, yeah, just staying in his base. And now, yeah, with the Babylonians, if he goes for, Code of Law, the settlement will produce so much more villager. He will lose. Yeah, it's pretty hard because this settlement was hard to. This outpost was hard to defend. Outpost here would have been way easier to defend. But he doesn't want to lose it. I don't think he wants to lose it. And he's housed for so long. Yeah, I think he's just too busy. He has too much to do. He doesn't have clay. So he's housed for so long. I mean, he will be unhoused with the palace, but look at it. It's now 3 villagers left for Sigh, and Sigh has crazy food with the orchard. And now he knows it, okay, so he's waiting for some clay, I think, to consult this orchard. And now he has a palace. I think this is Sigh's game this time, because I mean, I don't think Nono can. I mean, Sigh's echo will be just too good. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 outposts for now. He's about to take trade colonies. It's 3 orchards. And he's losing farms. Look at it. Sigh is being so annoying with the light axeman. He has 4 here, so he tries to kill the outpost. Nono has to fight with the slingers. But as when Sigh sees the slingers here, he just comes in the back. This is such good map plays from Sigh. On that we saw yesterday, right, against Surgeon. He was behind in economy, but with the map plays, the choice he make, and how he was able to be everywhere on the map, he managed to win the games. And he's doing the same thing, but now he has the eco lead. So this is a really, really scary Sigh. Look at it! He sees the things here and goes back for the outpost. He will kill it. For sure, he will kill it. Nono has to do something about it. I don't know, maybe he needs walls. Like, I don't know, walls up here. And he's fine, but... he's focusing the wrong one. He would have killed. 40 damage. Yeah, Nono splits now, so he can defend everywhere. And now the Babylonians villager production start to kick in, right? He caught up on villager number almost, but the food is really hard. The military is even. I mean, as long as Sigh is not doing crazy stuff, but look at it. We can see 50 metal. So what does it say? It's like either he's going for heavy metal, but what do I see? I see just no more military, just few elites. Okay, I see spearmen, but I wonder if Sigh is thinking about swordsman already, because going that heavy on metal and with the food count he has, he has everything on the map, right? So Nono has 2, but Sigh has the 5 also, so it's plus 30 all resources. 3 orchards. I think this might look like a swordsman play. And swordsmen are really, really strong, you know that. And now, yeah, with the heavy spears, how Nono can deal with that? I don't think he can. Wait, is that many heavy spears? The archer won't do it. He needs melee units. He needs heavy axes. Yeah, and the wall here, okay, they are fine. Oh, he needs to be faster. The question is, will he have time to build the walls? Now Sigh has a helmet. Yeah, he's going straight for the base. I don't think he can defend it, right? Yeah, look at it. He knows it, so he has to. Oh. And he will lose the villagers. And I don't think. I think it's GG. I think Nono has to resign here. He can't defend it. There's no way he defends it. I wonder what's Nono's code. Does he still have his codes? No, he lost his coat earlier, and that cost him so much. Like, he didn't see that coming. This is a scout thief, right? Because he didn't see that coming. He sees the heavy spear, builds the barracks instantly, but this is too late. This is too late. It's spears with helmets against archers and slingers. Yeah, and this is GG. There's no way you can defend it. So it was pretty interesting. But Sigh was just too good. I wanted to see the map. I mean, Sigh was just too good with the map plays. Putting so much pressure with the light axe, man. And just no couldn't defend it. And I mean, this is a 3-shot game. There's a 3-shot game. There's no way you can defend this. You can beat that, right? 3 shots, 5 outposts. Nah, it's just too good. I'm telling you, the trade colonies. This is crazy tech. And I think actually, I think it would be worth it without the orchard still. So now we are. I mean, that's when you say we have a best of, right? And we know that Nono won't go undefeated in this tournament. That was crazy game again. And now size map is looking pretty dead. And you know what I noticed already? This is an orchard, right? And where is Nono? Nono is here. And Nono doesn't have an orchard. This is a 4 orchard. But those two are on Nono's side. So it should be fine eventually. Because it's 2 for 2, so we might have Nessie and Mario on fighting hard for the outpost. That's what I want to see at least. Yes, I think it's a little bit less than Sigh has in terms of fruit trees. And Sigh has pretty nice hunt here. But Nono also has a good hunt with the boars, and his here is a pretty good granary with all those fruit trees and the boars. So yeah, again, maps are pretty even. I don't think that much of a difference into the both players. Just size orchard is way closer, right? We have a bit of a lead for Nono, but I don't think that will matter that much. Unless he goes to 150, yeah, if he goes to 150, now it will start to snowball a bit. As Say is pointing out, like 4 orchards. I think, yeah, he saw 3. He didn't see this one, but he's about to see it, right? I wonder what his reaction is. No, he sees it. As we could expect. And I know he's about to find out as well, right? He sees a size, he sees this neutral, and he will see this one as well. So yeah, both players know that it is Assyrian Mirror. And as it's Assyrian Mirror, I mean, don't you have to go for Potter's Wheel first? That's the question. No, you can't. Yeah, you can't because Potter's Wheel don't do that much. Unless you go for... I mean, in a sense, you might go Potter's Wheel into double POI. It doesn't give you resources, but eventually gives you 1 or 2 villager more on some tech to get the auto tech faster. So you might have. I mean, I think it's okay if you go Potter's first. But yeah, most players went for woodworking. And we have barracks for two players. Yeah. I mean, I think Slingers did an okay job in the game before, but it's just Sigh were too good with the pressure on the two sides of the map, right? And that's why you don't want to be on the defense, or you have to roll faster. Maybe if you roll here, then you could go Slingers and try to defend this area only. But unless you do that, it's just too hard. And now Nono is spamming like crazy. I mean, like crazy, he just has 2, right? But he fell behind in food a little bit. No, okay, Sigh is spamming like crazy. It looks like both players will try to fight for mid control. Because actually, yeah, if Nono finds a way to somehow deny this orchard, that would be crazy. We could see actually quite an all-in from Nono going for Potter's Wheel on, I don't know, 10 villagers on this orchard. He could, because he has Potter's Wheel, right? So he could go for this orchard with 10 villagers. On Sigh will have to react. He delayed it. Why did he delay it? He stopped it. But okay, he went for Potter, taking those 2 instantly, which makes sense actually, because it's way safer than holding in and being late anyways, because this is closer to his base. But at least he's taking the settlements, he's taking the tech points, so he might be first to Assaillance, and that might be a huge difference. He's already ahead in terms of tech, but with this 0.5 bonus, he can actually match size all in on Starve like he does, but still be way ahead in terms of tech production. So I really like Temple. I think in early games they can make such a difference. And now you see it. Like Nono has 2.5, Size only have 1. Army count is even. It's a 1 villager lead for Nono. No, it's not actually, because this settlement count as 1 villager. So it's actually 1 villager lead for Sigh, or half villager lead. But Nono will just catch up with the settlement. And Nono has a little bit more. And yeah, he can afford to be lower on food because he has a temple. So he will still keep producing knowledge. I was like, I'm not quite sure what he's doing this, but oh yeah. He noticed that. He thought that. He knows that Sai is going for it. So he's going straight for it, and he will deny the outpost, right? He will deny. Oh no, he's body blocked by the trees. No, that's so hard to move the army in the forest, because now Sai is here and he's defending. So he won't deny the outpost, but he might just win the position eventually. And both will take into assailants. Oh, he's waiting for the elite light X-Men, I think. Might have been a mistake if he delayed on purpose. might have been a mistake to wait for the elite light axeman. Because now both players have it, right? And he can't fight it because of the watchtower. Pretty nice play from Sigh, nice defensive. He defended the orchard pretty nice. But then Nono has one, and he will take control of this one. So that's a 2 orchard for both players. But Nono is all in a little bit more, and is now in. But you know what he can do? He can pick up this one. But now that he saw Sigh's army here, he can just go straight for this outpost. He could go for this outpost, right? Because Sigh's army is out of pause. So he killed one, and he can snipe the outpost, right? It's 12 elite light axemen. He can snipe it. I think he will. Yeah. He won't stop. No, he needs to finish it. Finish it. Oh, yeah. And now he's back. He lost 2, but it's so worth it, I think. Denied 1 orchard. Oh, that's crazy that Nono realized that Sigh's army was out of pause. And now Nono is first to Assyrians, right? Now, okay, they're pretty much even, and Side hasn't decided yet if he wants. But they must have. Oh yes, I had to go for militia. So they both went for militia. But now Nono is the one with 2 orchards until I destroyed the outpost, so forcing more idle time. I think that was pretty good from Nono. And now he knows where Sigh's army are in his edits. So he should win this fight. Not quite sure how it goes, but I think it's even number, and elite versus non-elite should win every time. Nice macro. They both put in village. Look at Sigh macroing on the lowest one. But yeah, this wins every time from Nono because he has elite. This is a slaughter, man. Nono can't lose this. It's even number, but he has elite. And now, I mean, Sigh has militia, so it will be hard to kill the outpost, but it will force more idle time. But this one could be easily sniped. Yeah, no, I think it's too much commitment. And now there's palace for both players. He can snipe it. Can he snipe it? No, I don't think he has enough else. I will just die. No, I think that's bad. No, I think it's bad from Nono. I mean, yeah, I don't think he can. He doesn't have enough health. Oh, I think it's such a waste from Nono. He's losing everything, right? I don't think that was worth it. That's what. 7 deaths? No, I think that was a lack of judgment from Nono. I mean, it's still delays. Sigh doesn't have the clay to replace it right now. So yeah, he has a trade colony, but actually might have been worth it because it's so much resources, right? But I don't know. It's really hard. And the temple is doing a lot of work, right? Because Nono was not that good in terms of food, but still, he's not that behind in terms of tech. And now the trade colony instant. And this is 4 PY for Nono, 4 outposts. And Sigh, I mean, he should have 4 as well, but he has to rebuild the outposts a second time. And yeah, Sigh is a little bit ahead in Echo, like he has 1 more villager, maybe 2 because he has a settlement. Sigh has a settlement as well, so it's 1 more villager for Sigh. But I think Nono just got the better out of Sigh's resources. And actually, with the military lead, can he take back this position? I don't think he can. Yeah, I think he needs more, but if he can somehow manage to send a few heavy spears here, he can take the outpost. And you know what he's doing? He's keeping the scout here to see if he can do something. And now it's heavy spears against heavy axes, and I think heavy axes wins this every day. Look at how much damage to heavy axes. Yeah, Nono has to fall back. And we are, guys, we are back into a pretty even state. And against the heavy axes, what you do, I think it's javelins, right? But he has to pay attention, because if he somehow take a step, I mean, if he commits a little bit too much and loses army, he might lose his outpost, and that might be like quite a turnaround, right? Yeah, it needs to be okay. So now the archer one says javelins for me. I don't know. I think one good play could be walls actually. If you go, I don't know, wall here, and you're fine. And he's taking some metal, so equipment. It's only two, so it's pretty chill about this equipment. And yeah, javelins against the heavy axes. And he has elite heavy axes. And now he's losing the outpost, right? And now Nono has to fight, but it's a bad fight. He doesn't have enough. He would have wanted to wait a little bit more, but he can't. Nono has so much point. So he went for organized warfare. This is crazy. I mean, he's in bad spot, but with the warfare, he will just put javelin faster, and he will catch up. Yeah, win this fight. Forces to Sigh to fall back, and can even chase it eventually. I don't think this one dies. Oh, it's 2 HP. Oh, it dies. Oh, that's crazy. I mean, crazy. It's just one guy, but I don't know how he had more speed. And what does Sigh have? He has heavy axeman, so it's +2 damage from the axes, but no has +1 on all his melee units. So yeah, I think it was a better choice here. Oh no, he's losing one. And I think Organized Warfare did a lot on the production. Oh, he will lose. Look at Sigh, he's still being on it with one guy. So while he's microing here, he's still sending one guy to be annoying here. And he will kill everything. And Nono is out of pause, and they both have 0 food. So they both have to save the military. But Sigh doesn't have to save anything because he's winning. And look at it, he doesn't even die here. This is crazy, man. Sigh is so good at it. Look at that, look at that. I'm telling you, Sigh is so good at it. I told you he should have walled. He needed walled here. Because the scouts, he noticed the scout, but I mean, he can't defend it. Maybe the elite javelins, but look at it. Sigh is just taking all Nono's attention. Oh, look at that. I mean, it will just press. I don't know, 2AVX. Light Axeman, yeah, it just kills the outpost. And it will kill this outpost as well. So this is a GG for Sigh, I think. I mean, I don't think Nono can defend. Oh yeah, those villas well got axed. I mean, Sigh is so good at it. I mean, the map control he has, the map awareness, that he can send everything. Look at it, he just brought his 2 guys to destroy. Look at it, Nono will not notice, never. He will never notice. So this one will die, he kills 3 farms plus the outpost. And he's winning the fight here. That's so crazy. Because in his face as well, look at it, everything dies. Okay, so now he falls back, but Nono doesn't have metal, so he can't buy equipment. And he's losing the outpost. He's losing the outpost as well. Look at it. Man, Sigh is so painful to fight. And he has no resources. Because, yeah, I didn't he lose it? I think he managed to save it somehow, but this one is not saved. He will eventually take it back, but but Nuno is doing the same, like smoking the outpost. And I mean, in terms of army conflicts, like both have the same military, they have about the same villager number. It's a little bit of a lead for Sigh, but the resource count is looking pretty good for Sigh. And oh yeah, that's nice split from Nono. But I think yes, it just Sigh has too much. And placing an archer punch, and now in terms, yeah, that's organized warfare as well. And those two axemen, make they did so much. They took, I think, 4 villagers on an outpost with 2 attack, and it's producing more. Yeah, he can produce more. Because Nerd wants to fight with only villagers, but if Sigh produces more, he will just kill everything. Kill all reinforcement. Look at it, yeah, they all die as well. No man, Sigh is just too good at it. But the javelin thrower, yes, Nono has a huge army now. And the resource count is looking pretty decent. He just needs to. I don't know how they are in equipment. I think Sigh has I think they have axe and helmet, and for sure Nono has spearhead as well. But I don't think they have much more. Neither of them have bronze melting, so they're not about to get more. But it's just too much, and now Sigh has heavy spears as well. So the javelin are just getting smacked down. And look at this loader. And yes, of course, Sigh took it, and Nono has to call it. There's no way he can do it because he lost all map control. I mean, just Sigh is everywhere, and that's crazy. Sigh is just too good at controlling the map. What I don't know. I think Nono needed to place some walls. I mean, this was the only way. Maybe if he had some wall, like from here to here, then this is not in danger because Sigh has to go around here, and he can play a little bit defensive until he has enough range unit to fight back. But yeah, GG Sigh. I mean, he's just too good at it. I love this. This match is so tense because both players have a really similar level. It just Sigh is too good at controlling the map. So when game go to late game, Sigh is everywhere. And this map look a little bit different. Yeah. So Sigh has very few foot trees, but has good hands here. And Nono has good foot trees and a little bit worse hands. His bow are pretty far, so he needs to go here to get the bows, but with a nice foot trees as well. So if he can somehow defend it, pretty fine. And Nono has an orchard when Sigh doesn't. So, but it's a forward orchard, so it's not that easy to save it. But might be an Assyrian play from Nono and an Egyptian play for Sigh. Yeah, we saw Babylonians, I think. I think we saw Babylonians, it was in game 3, and they didn't do that much good. But that was probably not a Babylonians problem. I think it was just Sigh being too annoying with the light axe. I don't think Egyptian would have done that much of a difference in this game. So yeah, Nano is getting the fruit trees pretty nice. Sigh as well, and taking also on the antelopes, probably follow up on the bows. But the fruit trees are giving much more. A little bit of taunting. Okay. But I think Nono needs to find a way of countering Sigh's map control, because Sigh is just too good at it. I don't know how he does it, but he manages to do so much damage with only 2 or 3 light axemen everywhere on the map. The raiding from Sigh is crazy. So he needs to find a way to deal with it. So I think the only way he has is build walls. I don't see any other solution for him. And actually, I think Sigh might go for Egyptian, but this orchard is pretty safe for him. So he might as well go for Assyrian. We might see another Assyrian mirror. Well, I think that's how good the orchards are. So I have a little bit of a lead for Nono, but as usual, it's really not efficient. And we'll see that again. I don't think I've seen any other player do it, but the micro on the mufflins is pretty nice. Manages to push all muffins with one villager, and yeah, it's pretty nice. So Sigh is now taking the balls. He surely won't lose one. Surely. And we have another barracks play. And barracks as well, so yeah, we have another barracks mirror. I mean, it makes sense when one player went for slingers, he just lost the game, so it makes sense that they don't want to play slinger. And question is how heavy they will go on light axemen. Looks like Nolo is okay. So Sai is a little bit earlier. He has already 2 when Nono only has 1 and the second one is popping out. But Sai is not producing anymore. When Nono is producing more, so... Okay. So they both spamming right now. Usually they stop around 10 to 15, or at least they tend to have enough after 10 to 15 units. Yeah, so he realizes that he's so far from his base, he has to fall back. We have second tech. We have second tech Protoss Wheel from Sigh and Plo from Nono. So Sigh might actually come and take it. No, okay. Yeah, you see it's going straight for the orchard on the other side of the map. Might take the settlements, the temple. Oh, that's interesting from Sigh. He just loves the orchard too much. But one orchard is worse one than Plo, right? So at the moment, Nono has more food than Sigh. But if Sigh somehow, Sigh gets more value from the settlements. So it's not just a waste from him, but in terms of food, Nono should have a little bit more. And maybe it will make the difference eventually, but he now has less military, but way more food. And he's staying defensive because he knows that Sai is here and just waits for him to commit. And I think you always want to, in similar numbers, you always want to fight in your base because you have your barracks right here and reinforcement. So your reinforcement come way sooner. So it's never actually 8 versus 9. It's always 9 versus 9 when you have your reinforcement so close. And now we will see the bot as well. Oh, that's a mining. So he's rushing straight for equipment, and he's going for. Oh, I love this palace. I love this palace. Because actually, I think it's so safe and it protects so much of the base. Because it's just a wall, and if Sai goes try and snipe it, he's in danger of getting closed in. And this is also in play from Sai. And now both players have about the same villagers and military numbers, so this is a pretty even matchup. But Sai is ousted for a bit. Is he really? No, he's not. And dueling is coming. But Nono is not either. Yeah, he has the palace. So now we have 5 priests already. Nono's army is at our disposition. So now this palace is in real danger. With these 5 light axemen, he could kill the palace, I think. And he will lose the outposts. But outpost versus palace, I don't think it's worth it. I think Sai could kill the palace. Yeah, I thought you're a little bit late, but I mean, it's 2-2 now, so we have at least 2 more games. Yeah, you'll see the replay on YouTube anyways. And now he sniped the outposts on the orchard. So the Assyrian play is a little bit worse now. But the mining is really puzzling me because I don't know what he's planning on doing. So we have the heavy axes. So he's going just for the papyrus scrolls and double axe spam. So he needs equipment for both military units. Look at this fight. This is huge, I think. So it's 1 kill for Sai. Oh, Sai saves them. Saves the low HP one. I think it looks pretty good for Sai, right? It's so hard to say. Yeah, I think Sigh wins it. Oh no, there are two here. And this low HP one is not focused. Yeah, but Sigh wins it. But he has more. No, has more. Yeah, because he's now killing the outpost. This was just cannon fodder here. Because he's killing the outpost. And yeah, it doesn't have the trade colonies because it's not worth it now. It does only have one outpost, so trade colonies. He still takes it, but it's not worth it, I think. It's only one outpost. But Nono has Papyrus Scroll, so now Nono's food will just be so good, right? It doesn't show because he's spamming units from 2 barracks. But eventually it will be so good. But the mining, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the mining. Maybe he didn't have that much other choice. I know this fight is bad for Nuno. This is really good for Sigh. Nuno wanted to take the position for taking down the outposts again, but he couldn't. I'm sure Sigh is about to take this outro still. And yeah, look at Nono's building placement. Here, closing here. He might wall just here, so his base is just safe forever. Only has just to focus on one army. But the only thing is like, this is Arthurian with trade colonies. It's already 3 outposts. He can't let Sigh have all the maps. So he still have 2 fights. Yeah, look at it, taking another settlement. I don't know where Scott knows. Yeah, knows Scott here, so he knows about this. But it doesn't need to send everyone. It just needs to send just 2 light axemen to deal with it. Nono has a little bit more, so if he takes this fight, this is pretty good for him. But now with the trade colonies, it's 4 outposts. Start to pay up a lot. I think he waits for the heavy axeman. He's really close to it. I think this outpost is gone. I don't think he can defend it. The heavy is about to kick in. I think they're both waiting for the heavy to kick in. But yeah, the outpost is gone now. This is super, you see? I think Sigh took the engagement because he said, okay, I have elites, it doesn't. But as soon as the fight starts, it takes in the elites, and now Sigh is surprised because now the elite. I think this was clutch. Well, the settlements actually are really not that good. No, so it's fine. But yeah, the orchard, I think, but he has more important to do, right? The Papyrus Scroll is way more beneficial, and the Elite's heavy axemen are just. I mean, he just won the fight here because of that, so he won the outpost back on this fight, how it is. Oh, yeah, I think Sigh outplayed it. Okay, but maybe the scout? The scout? Oh, the scout wins it! No. Oh no, the scout was winning it, but it's an auto attack. But yeah, this fight, how it is. Oh, it's so hard to tell. I think it is Nono's favor, yeah? Goes on Nono's favor, and so he wins the outpost, denies the temple again. And it denies so much resources from side because of that. And this is when Assassins get risky, right? Because, yeah, for sure, with the trade credits, they are so good, but all this time, Nono has just his tech, which gives him plus 30% food, so now he has lots of food. Look at it, 15 to 7 military, and it will just keep snowballing, because if he destroys more outposts, Sigh is just in so much trouble. Yeah, look at it. It sends 2 AVX to this outpost. He doesn't even. Yeah, okay, he just wants to kill everything. Yeah, this fight is super good, I think. No kills everything. Yeah, Sigh has to pull everyone. This is a call to arm. Defend your city. Fight for your lives. I think, yeah, even if they fight, Nono is winning it. The villager count is a little bit ahead for Nono, but look at it. This is crazy. Sigh has no military, he has no food. He can't produce. And this is a disaster for Sigh. Look at it. So many blue bodies. I think this is when Sigh calls a GG. So yeah, for sure. Yeah, Egyptian economy taking the game, but I mean, it was so close all this time. Yes, so for sure, Assyrian. I mean, we saw its previous games. Assyrian's economy is absolutely OP when you can get the settlements. But what was Sigh's mistake? I think it was too heavy of a commitment to go for this settlement, because he traded a lot of military units to defend it. So he lost this settlement, and when you start losing map control, this snowballs so fast, because then Nono's army survived and went straight for this outpost, and Sigh lost more units, so he went for this outpost, and Sigh was forced to fight because he had no more resources, and he didn't realize that outposts are actually super good when you have trade colonies, because they give you so much resources. So he lost his outpost again, and now he had 4 outposts, now he has 0. So trade colonies is just plus 0 resources, and he can't do anything. So I think the mistake from Sigh was trying to build this outpost. Yeah, he tried to sneak it, but Nono was aware of it. I think when he picks Assyrians, Nono's no. Yeah, this is GG. This is not over. I think it's over, but it's a BO7, right? So yeah, so when Nono sees Assyrians, he knows for sure that Sigh is about to take an orchard, and the only orchard on the map is the one on the right. So it's not even okay. I hope he won't see me, but because Nono knows that he will go for it. Oh, they forgot it was they forgot it was BO7. They thought it was BO5. But I mean, I didn't remind them it was best of 7. Yeah, for sure. Like Nono's getting the outpost. I mean, he snipes a few outposts. The first one on his base early on. That deal damage, but it's not that much because they don't take so long to build back, and at that point there was no trade colonies, so it's not that much of resources. Um, um, but yeah, when I think the only mistake that Sai made, the only huge mistake he made at least, was trying to take control of the settlement in the middle. But yeah, let's move on to the sixth game. So what about this map? We have pretty nice amount of fruit trees well scattered everywhere around the map. Pretty nice flocks here, and no orchard. And Nono has not that many fruit trees. He has some that are well placed, but the second source food is towards side, so it's pretty hard to defend it. Maybe he should try to go straight for it, but it's pretty hard. So this will be hard for him to defend. But he has no chart. And we have another orchard, and another orchard. Okay, that's a three orchard game again. But yeah, it looks like game 3, I think, when Sigh had one orchard plus 2 neutrals. But this time it's not always one orchard and 2 neutrals, so I think this game, I think we'll see another Ascent Mirror. I don't see any other way. In Ascent Mirror, I think the map control makes a difference. And Sai is so good at it, so I think we might see another Sai win here if it goes that way. I mean the play that Sai makes with the light axeman raiding everywhere, it's so crazy and beautiful to see. So you see now Nono is almost done with the fruit trees, and we'll have to find another food source. And the food source is here, so but he will have to gather food from here when under pressure by Psy Latexman. Yeah, but actually I think Nono's map is a little bit worse. I mean, for sure he has the orchard, but the food will be so hard to gather safely, like because this is where he has to get food from. And look how close it is from Size base. The wood's placement is set for Size. Yeah, the wood placement is pretty nice. It's like, oh yeah, because no, it's pretty low on wood as well. But I don't think wood matters that much in at least in the early game. Only if Nuno can defend this, so it means that he has control of this area. He might get wood from here and here. But you're right, the wood on this map is pretty low. Yeah, you're right. Like the wood placement is pretty nice for Sai, and if the game goes a little bit longer than a few minutes, Nono might just starve of food. So he has a granary here, and you see, I think the fruit tree pay dividends because is almost one full take point ahead, and as Sai is not taking his take, just add insult to injury, right? Yeah, so now both have, and yeah, this is a alpha point. And now we have the barracks here, and Nono has to place the barracks and send light axemen right away because this is in so much danger here. So he's clearing the wood pretty fast to place some farms and have a better food eco, but like there's so much food, and if Sigh goes in and starts contesting it, when he has all those food trees in his base, this looks really dire for Nuno. But so far in this game, in this series, um, I think Nono always got the upper end on early axe fights. So far. But if Sigh wins the first fight, I think Nono could almost resign instantly. I think. Okay, so let's see what he goes for second deck. I would say Protoss will is a deck, but maybe you need Elite Light Axeman to defend. I don't know. It's a little bit early for Plo, I think. He has 4, so it's still decent. But Plo would be the safest play. And actually, if Sigh goes for Plo, we might see it. So Sigh went for Protoss and Nuno went for Plo. So I think that was the good decision from Nuno going for Plo, because I think Sigh lost the first map just because he went for Elite Light. And now in terms of military numbers, okay, so it's pretty even for both. Nuno has a little bit more food, but that's matched by Sigh's almost temple. So Sigh should now catch up in research point, right? He's baiting. No, he's not baiting, so it's okay. But I think Nono is paying a lot of attention to the food count. He knows he's in a precarious situation. That if he starts starving a bit and somehow lose fights, it's over for him. So he really needs to pay attention to the food count and not overspam. Well, yeah, for sure, Plo as a second deck has been working well for Nuno, but I think, I mean, Plo is just, it's just a safe and actually the most efficient, because when you Plo, you instantly have the plus 15%. And look at that. This is good. Yeah, I think Nono just baited it. Look at this one, this scale. Is because I think Sigh is expecting Nono to go for Baldur's but he's not. So Sigh has to spend on keep attention on this guy. When Nono is just saying, okay, I don't care. I showed you I could fight the mob control. So he goes for Egyptians and try to fight back, and I think he's just baiting. But now Sigh sees it. So Sigh understands that he's not going for Protoss, and he goes for Protoss. Okay, so he went for Protoss, but Egyptians. I would. Yeah, because I think the map when it went Assyrians versus Assyrians, it was just too hard for Nono to focus on everywhere else. So just taking one orchard plus the papier scroll, he says it's okay. I have 40%. I let you have the 2 orchards and the 40% as well, and we fight on even ground. And if somehow I win the fight, I destroy your outposts and I win the game. Yes, I think that's what Nono's thinking. And this fight is looking good for Nono, right? Because he has a heavy axe. And Nono has +3 on +1 villager because he didn't overspend. So yeah, we have another Assyrian versus Egyptians. That's quite a good. I didn't expect this game at all. Look at it, I think it looks pretty good for Nono. It took a lot of damage, I mean, it dealt a lot of damage, and it took almost none. So now it's 13 to 10, and Sigh is almost starving. Nono goes to metal, so he will buy equipment, might even go for bone smelting right away. No, I think he needs elite heavy axe first. Oh no! Oh, that was clutch. That was really clutch. He didn't see that. That was really clutch. And Sigh is about to build another one, but he will lose this. He will lose his outpost. But at what cost? Now he needs to fight first. Yeah, he will fight first, but I think Nono wins it. He has more. I'm pretty sure he has more. But Nono is now oust. So losing military actually benefits him. Oh, he went for popular. Oh yeah, he went for popular of course. Yeah, he won the fight and won the outpost. And the villager won against the scout. But it's too late now. Sigh is sending reinforcement, but it's too late because Nono just had more in the beginning. So now it's one shot to 1 shot, and it's only, between quotes, 3. Oh, it's only 2 because it didn't exist settlement, and he couldn't build it because no one knows about it. So he has to flee again. So it's only 2 outposts with trade colonies. Yeah, with trade colonies on 1 chart. So Nono is way ahead in terms of food production, and it shows like he has more military. No, I'm not surprised at all to see Assyrians because the game before there were only 1 orchard. This game there are 2 orchards, and that could make the difference. But yeah, I mean, no outplayed it because I think Sigh spent too much resources early on to take map control because he thought it would be a fight for map control. But Nono said, okay, I don't care. I'll let you take what you want. So he snowballed out of that, so he produced heavy axes first, and then he could win the fight. And now Sigh can't have map control. And so now Nono has the Egyptians with 2 orchards. That's crazy. It's Assyrians losing pure eyes. And Nono is the one being annoying, sending few units. Yeah, he tried to snipe the outpost, but Sigh defended it a little bit too much, and he loses both fights. And look at it, I think Sigh just spent resources to start the helmets, and Nono is missing a little bit of food. It doesn't have enough metal. It needs more metal, so it needs to pay attention because Sigh is about to get helmets, but he's killing everything. And now Nono force Sigh to take the fight before the equipment kicks in. It's fighting the pass. So now, this is so tense because it's 15 to 8 military. If he snipes the palace, it's over. And he kills everything. This is a huge fight for Nono because Nono has the food. Sigh is starving, so it's okay. It's okay for Sigh because he had the equipment, but he doesn't have the numbers. And now we have heavy axemen. Okay, so Sigh fought back the outpost right here. But what he's doing, I mean, it doesn't need. I don't think it's enough. He needs this defending space, right? No, okay, it's okay. Nono falls back. He realizes that it's a little bit too dire. He needs to fight. Oh, you know what he's doing? Look at these low HP bars. I think he's going for a medicine. he's going for medicine, and with the medicine play, it's crazy, right? Yeah, because he will defend this. He went back. He realized that Sigh was going aggressive with light event, so he will defend this. No, it's not medicine. It's bronze melting. Okay, so he wants more equipment. Oh no, he didn't notice. It's too late. So now the helmets are about to kick in. But it does not have enough metal, so bronze melting is a little bit of a waste, right? It does not have enough metal. This metal is not safe. This furnace will probably die. And Sigh is doing it again. Sigh is doing it again with 4 light X-Men doing so much work. But okay, no, it's not over reacting, sending a lot of units to defend for sure, but he's also sending some units to the outposts. So Sigh has to react to that. This is such a back and forth game again. And now the military numbers. Look at it. It's a good fight for Sigh. Look at it. He even sent villagers to fight faster. And now he's getting some pickup. And Nono badly wants some metal because he wants equipment, but he can't get it. This is a crazy fight, but I think Nono's units are just better right now because he has helmets on axes on heavy, when Sigh only has helmets and not heavy. Yeah, Nono has so much more points. So this still looks good for Nono, but I mean Sigh is being annoying, right? Oh, I lost him. He lost them. The 4. Yeah, the idea. So now Nono will kill the outpost again, and this one will follow, right? He just need to pay attention to these fights. And it looks like pretty good for Nono, right? The units are just better. He has the axes. And the villagers are here, so they will die. It looks like Nono is winning the game on the series, right? Yes, this looks like GG, right? I mean, it's now 13-4. It's 7 villager leads, and he's taking the outpost. He will take the second outpost. So now Sigh is Assyrians again with 3 colonies and only 2 outposts. And I don't think Militia will cut it. Yeah, maybe he still has fewer heavy X-Men. But look at the resources. And I don't think Sigh can get the resources back because he lost this outpost. He will lose this one as well. And Nono is taking it back now. He will get denied, but he will lose this outpost. And this just adds insult to injury, right? Because there's no way Sigh close back into the game. Yeah, he'll try to rebuild it, but it's just too late. Look, the resources, like Nono can spam units like a crazy person. Spamming from two barracks is still staying above 150 when Sigh just can't. It doesn't have the food. Oh, the swordsmen are coming. I think it's over. It's 9 village leads. Nono is losing a lot, but the swordsman, it's like 7 swordsmen here. All villagers will die. Third in village lead. He's still even in military. Oh, look at it now. We have the golden axes. And Sigh doesn't have. He still has iron axes, so I mean, for sure, Sigh defended it well, but yeah, GG. Sigh can't rebuild. So yeah, GG no. I think this game was pretty surprising. I think it's just a straight up outplay because he baited. I think Sigh got baited into Assyrians. He thought it would be an Assyrian war, but no, just defended and took one orchard and didn't try to fight for the others. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's yeah. That was a really good really good series overall, and wow, that's really good. I will try to have a little interview with Nono, but not now because I'm pretty sure he's super tired. It's I think it's 3 in the morning for him, so yeah, I think he needs to go to bed. But I'll try to have an interview and I publish it on YouTube as well if you have an interest. And yeah, so yeah, thank you guys for watching. Congrats to Nono for the win. It was an incredible series, and also congrats to Sigh. Like his play was amazing all along. Like he went to the finals undefeated, and congrats to both players. And thank you all for watching. And see you guys. And I hope you enjoyed the tournaments. And yeah, thank you all for watching and for showing up.